What's up, Jets fans? Last night I watched Game 10, Week 11, Jets at Pats. It was Thursday night football, and so this video is coming out a little late. And so hopefully it will be a quick one. A final score of 14-27, a loss. Once again, the prediction should be thrown out of the water, but I'm going to keep on using them if I keep on getting them right. Because their record is now 2-8. I predicted their record to be 3-7, so really not that far off. And I did predict the Jets to lose this game. So, once again, I think that's just pure luck and coincidence mostly because no one knew how good the Patriots were going to be this year, and then no one knew the Jets would trade away two of their best three players, um, including myself. So I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but yeah. And then, like I said, I'm trying to keep this video quick. I do want to talk about Drake May. He was like the biggest story. The Patriots are the best team in the NFL, or one of the best teams in the NFL, if you look at their record. And Drake May has like super good MVP odds. And I don't watch the Patriots really. So this is my first time. Well, I guess last year too, but uh, like when he was in the MVP conversation, this is the first time I watched him. This was on Thursday Night Football. Lots of people were watching him, I think, and he did not impress at all. I'm sure that this was not one of his best games. Right? I'm not trying to be a Patriot hater, believe it or not. I actually don't hate them. I hate one of their quarterbacks, but that's really it. But I don't really think that Drake May impressed. And his numbers were not so good this game, and all of his numbers were really coming from the classic Patriot check down, yards after catch. So I don't know. Once again, I'm not even trying to say anything. I don't watch Drake May. I don't know how good he is. But MVP conversation, that is a little surprising just watching this game because I've watched Sam Darnold a couple times this year. I've watched Matthew Stafford a couple times this year, and they seem to be playing a lot better if you actually watch the games versus look at the numbers. But whatever. And yeah, here are the numbers. Like I said, this is going to be a different video because it's going to be a little bit quicker. And on offense for the Jets, I mean, there's not a lot to speak about. The first drive is really good. Just run, 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 run. I wish we did that more, but I mean, I can also understand that, like, well, if you run a bunch, it's not that hard to just adjust your defense for the Patriots, and then you can just kill that. You know, Mike Vrabel, he's a good head coach on that. So obviously he could just change his defense a bit, and if you're always running with a quarterback, that's not hard to stop once you know it's coming. But we really can't throw super well, so I do think that we should just keep on running the ball, and see what happens. And obviously a lot. Well, Justin Fields, he's not the greatest quarterback. People wish Tyrod Taylor was starting. I don't hate that take just to change things up a bit, but also a lot of our passing game errors is because, well, Garrett Wilson's not there. He's out for at least 4 weeks. So, we've lost two of our best players in the trade. The third, right? I always keep on saying we lost two of our three best players, but the third best player, I would argue, is Garrett Wilson, and now he's out for 4 weeks. So we are out three of our three best players. If you want to put Breece Hall in there, are three of our four best players, and Breece Hall is there. He's not under contract next year, so he's either trying to get a contract with the Jets, or if that's not going to happen, I think it should happen. But if it's not going to happen, and I'm Breece Hall, I'm thinking rationally, why would I risk injury for this team? It just doesn't make any sense. So I don't blame Breece Hall, but it seems like he's playing pretty well. So I'm not even trying to see he's not playing well. On the defense, I think the biggest story, like I said, Drake May's numbers, one passing touchdown, not amazing. Not MVP level, I suppose, is my critique. And then all those yards, a lot of them were short passes that turn into big plays, which is the smart, like, right. Whenever I hate on the Patriots for doing that, that's the smart thing to do. I wish the Jets did it more. But I don't think it means your quarterback should win MVP, but or is the greatest of all time. But anyways, um, I don't know. The Jets suck. Let me hate on the Patriots a little bit and Tom Brady. Uh, I think the biggest story was the sacks last week against the Browns. Will McDonald, he had like 6 sacks, or sorry, 4 sacks, and the team had 6 sacks overall. And the Patriots, Drake May is one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the NFL, I think, is what the announcer said. And, uh, well, we only got 1 sack in this game, right? So when you had such a big game, full of sacks last week, and then you play against a really bad pass blocking offensive line, you'd expect more sacks. And really, only Jermaine Johnson got a sack. No sacks for Will McDonald. And so the Patriots were able to do their thing on offense, passing, and running the ball. They had a really good run game, the classic Patriot way of a multiple running backs all participating, and we couldn't stop them. So yeah, that's no good. And the Patriots were down, I think, one of their good wide receivers as well. So our cornerbacks were playing pretty poorly, lots of penalties as well, so just a bad defensive night. And now we're going to talk about the team in general. My thoughts are clear, right? We had a win streak going, and now we're done again, right? Um, I think that was more of a fluke in playing bad teams than anything, obviously. And I do think it's funny, the Thursday night football. I think they have the 5 announcers. One of them is Ryan Fitzpatrick. In I like him a lot, of course, but they were all like talking about the trade, and they were like, no, this is good, building for the future, which is, I think, what most of the media is saying. And then, funnily enough, Richard Sherman, like, calls them out on their bullcrap and is like, no, what are you guys talking about? They traded away 2 of their best players for late first round draft picks. That makes no sense. And so he was he was like laughing. I mean, it's good to finally see someone in the media say what I think is the truth, and then it's like, no, these trades don't make any sense. Forget the 2 game win streak. Like, Richard Sherman was saying this before this game. It's not like he's like, oh, we lost, so now I can talk bad about the Jets. No, he's saying this before the game. I think he's accurate. He was like laughing at all the other commentators trying to make sense and just acting like the trades that the Jets made were good and smart. And he was laughing, and I think that's kind of funny. And I'm glad Richard Sherman was saying something, because the entire media seems to think that these trades are good. But I'm looking at it. I'm not just saying, "Oh, well, I lost 2 of my favorite players." No, I'm looking at it strategically. I think that those trades make zero sense, and I can't believe Richard Sherman is the guy to uh, say what I think is accurate in the media, but he is, and so these trades don't make any sense. I don't know if they obviously Aaron Glenn has a lot of control over this team, um, so I think he should get a decent amount of the blame, but of course, player personnel moves are technically the GM's decision, so I don't know who really deserves the blame. But yeah, and so now, Aaron Glenn, what are we going to do? And he has to answer that. We have a tough remaining schedule as well. We play the Ravens, who have Lamar Jackson back, who are way better than their record. Falcons are a good team. Dolphins, not so much. Saints, not so much. And the Patriots and Bills, right? Some of the speculation was like, oh, maybe we can get some late wins against the Bills because they're going to have to bench their starters. Well, now the Patriots and Bills are competing with each other for the AFC East, and if that continues, they're going to want to beat up on us because they need those wins because they're competing against each other. They're most likely not going to bench their starters late in the season anymore. So we have a rough rest of the season to go. Once again, sorry for the late video. You guys let me know about what you guys think about in the comments below. Goodbye.